Good day, everyone. Welcome to Graphisoft Live Talk with the topic of Save Time and Cost with Next Generation BIM Software Solution. My name is Michael Yo, Business Development Manager for Graphisoft Malaysia. Before I start, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everyone here for your time and interest, as well as architects, in providing us an innovative platform to connect everyone here. If you have any question, please visit us at our online exhibition stand. Click at the button below to post your inquiries. AEC has evolved tremendously throughout the years. We are seeing increasingly complexities from different aspects of measures. To remain competitive in these industries, how do they ensure their goals are synchronized? How do they collaborate? How do they solve the cross-functional issues? Ultimately, we need to have a platform to ensure every discipline is moving towards the same goal. Also, a platform enables us to apply superior time, cost, and issue management. But how do we make our selection? Do we need to avoid? First, what we need to avoid is a silo software, which needs more investment money when you expand. Avoid proprietary and complex integration software that makes you hard to collaborate with others. Avoid software with steep learning curve. And avoid software which maintain unproductive manual process that does not save your time at all. Here are the three important key aspects that we need to evaluate. When acquiring a BIM solution, we are expecting a platform that able to pull people, process, and technology into one single place. We are expecting a technology with open BIM support, a platform for multidisciplinary, and a platform that gives you agility to work with others. For the process point of view, it needs to have the ability to enable team collaboration, issue management, provide accurate documentation, and automations. The platform to increase the productivity throughout the whole project cycle, align everyone's goal towards synchronized outcome. So who we are. Graphisoft is founded in Hungary back in year 1982. Archicad was first born in year 1984, and at that time, BIM was called as virtual building. Then in year 2007, Graphisoft is acquired by Nemetschek Group. Nemetschek Group is a 50 years of innovation, founded in 1963 and headquartered in Munich, Germany. Nemetschek Group has 16 strong brands with full focus on AEC. All of our strong brands share the same mission, which we declare we are open and we support the open BIMs, a standard that allows maximum flexibility and a seamless collaboration among all the parties involved in the construction process. Graphisoft ecosystem comprises of three main pillars. Archicad, our main authoring tool, allows you to design under one integrated model and with multidisciplinary support. BIMX, BIM model access tool to increase productivity and communication efficiency throughout the whole project cycle. BIM Cloud, our digital platform to facilitate data flow and integration. And last but not least, interoperability. Our digital platform supports OpenBIM that speaks the same language when you're working with any other supported platforms. Archicad supports most of the common file formats in the market. With OpenBIM supports, It gives you agility in working with partners with any other platforms. Also, ArchiCAD supports Mac OS and Windows. BIM is providing all the stakeholders the best benefit by enabling them to design, visualize, and document their projects in highest efficiency. Team members are able to collaborate together and strive for the best result. Design, visualize, document, and collaborate has been crucial in present days. I would like to present you a 5-minute client success video from Fender Katsalidis Architects, an architecture firm who designed Malaysia's iconic building, Malaysia Merdeka 118.
My name's Carl Fender. I'm a director of Fender Katsalidis Architects. We're a firm that is based in Melbourne, Sydney and Brisbane. We started about 25 years ago in practice. The first projects were actually residential projects that were initiated in a development sense by our partner Nonda Katsalidis. We had the ability to really design those from our own basic design platforms. The building we're sitting in, which is Eureka Tower, that became, at the time, the tallest building in the Southern Hemisphere, the tallest floor plate in Australia, and certainly when it was marketed or released in the year 2000, way ahead of its time. Took everyone by surprise and really captured imagination, so it was very successful. Our next really large project was Merdeka 118. Now this is a building that will be the second tallest building when it's finished. Early next year. It happens to be on one of the most important sites in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur, the place where independence was proclaimed by the then Prime Minister in 1957. And it is marked by a heritage stadium, which is an open stadium, and it was on that field that the Prime Minister raised his finger and said, "We will be independent." It's an amazing site, and to be tasked with the challenge of putting a major building on that site, it was quite a challenge and quite a responsibility and also a huge honour. Our building is formed by a lot of triangular pieces that go together to make the crystalline form, and those triangular pieces are a subtle reference to the many different cultures, religions and types of society that make up Malaysia. It's a way of reconciling the modern issues with the traditional issues and the history and the makeup of a city like Kuala Lumpur. This is a complicated building. It's 300 metres tall, but you know, the building sways about 600 about the axis. It's got all of those characteristics of a tall building and the complexity of structuring that you come across with towers like this. And the use of ArchiCAD or a 3D virtual model was just fantastic. It meant that we could all talk to each other in the studio in a very accurate, coherent way, that the virtual model we created was rich with information that could flow out of it in the form of drawings or shared models with consultants, contractors, etc. And we were pretty much excited about using ArchiCAD in those days, but after we did this building, we were totally committed. And we've been part of the journey with ArchiCAD for all of those years, for every new edition of ArchiCAD that's come along. It's got 3 outrigger zones. That's where, you know, major pieces of steel come into the concrete core and anchor and help support the building. It's got complex shapes. The curtain wall is crystalline, it moves, it has to meet the concrete accurately. The concrete has to work, in a sense, coherently with the core and the steel structures. These are incredibly complex technologies, and to have a very rich program like ArchiCAD at our service to help design these to help envisage how technical, complicated junctions come together, to tell us how materiality interfaces with structure, how curtain walls tie back to slabs. This is mind-boggling stuff. So anything that we can get our hands on that helps us to produce that, helps us on our journey, is more than welcomed. And I think that technologies such as Graphisoft's Archicad is it's a critical part of our future. To be able to contribute to city life by even tall buildings like Eureka, by making the public realm compelling, interesting, places for art, places for gathering, places for interacting. That's the joy of what we do, and I think that that's what we see our responsibility is and what we want to keep doing going forward. Really, really making every piece of the city that we touch a better place.
Conventionally, designs are done by individual stakes and all disciplines then only to be mapped into one single view, at where most of the time the issues are only visible at the later stage. This is risky, as the time to deliverable can be limited. Archicad provides robust platform for architects, MEP, and structural engineers. Now architects and engineers are able to work under one single platform simultaneously. It is proven time beneficial, at where during the design stage, any team members who cited any issues can solve the issue on the spot. Apply the necessary BIM practice capabilities to simulate all the mandatories and avoid any unforeseen issues upon the construction stage. Archicad also has built-in functions which makes your life easier when you're progressing your design. Functions like hot links allows you to manage repetitive structures as easy as update the module and replicate to the rest. Model compare is useful when you're making decision if to remove or modify certain elements. With these features, it supplements you with visual comparison, which helps everyone in the team to get a clearer picture. Collision detection, zoom your focus towards intersected elements where you can have your team to discuss the rectification in a timely manner. In the past, manual documentation is one part of the challenging process that is either manually produced with lots of data to be mapped, and when the design gets more complicated, more data to be presented. That is where lots of human error persists. Documentation is one crucial part, as they have to be accurate and reliable towards the whole project cycle. Archicad provides complete out-of-the-box documentation where you only need to focus on your design, then paperwork. The documentation sets are highly customizable to suit local submission requirements. Whenever you are working on your design, Archicad is populating data backend for documentations. Let us proceed to a short video to explore other features of Archicad 25 release. Now let us move on to Graphisoft Beam Cloud. As we have seen, OAC project is getting more and more complex, that the best having all profession to start collaborate and build together under one single model. With this approach, it reduces unexpected errors where all can be solved right on the spot. Beam Cloud enables the architects and engineers maintain the productivity regardless on the size of the projects, as well as their physical location. Teamwork is a collaboration function that enables team members to progress multiple sections of the project simultaneously. As you can see on the screen, the color-coded represents the workspace of each individual users. By having the team members set up in Beam Cloud, the project manager is able to coordinate and assign any found issues to the respective team members. Let me ask a question. Across the project cycle, how many checkpoint meetings held in between? How fast can an issue successfully communicated and solved? How do you provide a clear message to all the stakeholders? BeamX is an award-winning visualization tool to increase the communication efficiency, whether to internal, external partners, and even clients. Multi-award-winning BeamX features the hypermodel, a unique technology for integrated 2D and 3D building project navigation. BeamX also helps bridge the gap between the design studio and the construction site. Free version is offered in Apple Store and Google Play Store. BeamX is both mobile and workstation compatible. BeamX Pro version offers messaging function where you can snap, mark up, and send message between the team members. It has ability for multidisciplinary and hybrid 2D plus 3D view, unlocks greater productivity during integrated concurrent engineering discussion. Now we have seen the entire ecosystem of Graphisoft Beam solution. I would like to present you our client testimonial video by Idea Incorporated.
In my 40 years in the practice, this is the fastest I've seen the AEC industry move. The complexity of kind of work we do now has changed dramatically, which requires us to apply the most technology possible and to make our process more integrated and more collaborative. We decided to drop 2D cold turkey overnight. We said that on this day, we will drop all our AutoCAD licenses. For better, for worse, we will do projects in ArchiCAD. We have a few reasons why we did it that way. We did not want them to give people a chance to go back to the old technology. Our lesson in anything in change is if you make exceptions to one, you have to give exceptions to all. There were no experts who helped us in our market. We researched, we came up with the right workflow for us, the right system, the right BIM standards. We just built on from one success to the other. In about 4 to 6 months, we were more efficient than 2D technology. This was our opportunity to put ourselves in a place where we can excel. And that's when we went to the realm of programming. Our idea is to change our workflow such that it is very front-ended. We will make a very detailed BIM model, make sure that it is done properly. The amount of quality control that we spend, you cannot imagine. The beauty of that is once we have done this program, it will automatically generate documents based on a very detailed BIM model. 6 months of work we can do in 2 days. since we hold the BIM model, we said, we have something that can be processed for VR application. We have the first cave facility in Asia. For example, we're part of this technology group that developed VR applications. We created an app. You can see the project in VR wherever you are in the world. It will sync real time with what we see here in the cave. We should always be in a position that we're afraid, that we know there are risks, but at the same time, there's a bigger gain if we succeed. It's the same feeling that I had when we committed to go to BIM. We just committed to change.
Graphisoft Learn is our official portal enabling our customer to acquire necessary skills. There are various of level and skills for you to equip yourself. Graphisoft Learn is not only enable you from the product perspective, and also from the aspect of people, process, and technology, ensuring a smooth BIM practice is well adopted in your organization. Thank you once again. We have come to the end of our live talk session. Let me do a quick recap. Graphisoft Archicad provides you a platform where all the mandatories are in place. It is a platform consists of design, document, visualize, and collaborate. It is a platform with high agility, which not only used by architects and interior designers, but also MEP engineers and project managers. Lastly, I would like to thank you for your time and thank you Architects by connecting all of us here. Should you have any questions, please do not hesitate to drop me an email and our team is ready to serve you. See you again.